Hello my loves and welcome to the Perfume Realm. My name is Nahil and today I'm going to be sharing my favorite tropical vacation-y type of scents. But before we get started, I just wanted to say if you're interested in joining the realm, I highly suggest clicking the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you can stay up to date on everything that is happening here. So the fragrances in this video are going to be a little bit thicker or balmy, not really the light and airy type of fragrances, but they have a little bit more to them, a little bit more substance that makes them tropical, and it's gonna have some more fruits in it, a little bit more exotic flowers, things of that nature are gonna be elements that you're gonna find throughout the video. Because not all summer fragrances are the same in my perfume wardrobe, each one has a different type of summer day in mind. So these are going to be the kind that you can bring on your vacation, your vacation, or even your staycation if you're trying to make where you are as much of a tropical paradise as possible. So let's get started. Just like in most of my top 10 videos, I do like to provide somewhat of a range when it comes to pricing for the fragrances, just because I do want to cater to people of all budgets. So no matter what your budget is, I think that you will find a fragrance in this video that is right for you and your dream vacation. So we're gonna start this video off with a Mancera fragrance, and this is Holidays. I had to pick this one up. I've been meaning to do so ever since I heard about it, and how tropical it was and how perfect of a holiday scent that it was. I always wanted to get it, so I finally got around to doing so. So this fragrance has coconut in it, has ylang ylang, it has tear flower, as well as some sea notes, so definitely very tropical vacation type of notes. To me, what I really like is that the coconut in here is not too cloying. I'm very picky about the coconut notes that I run across in fragrances. Sometimes they just seem to be in a little bit of a dissonance with the other notes in the composition. Not in this one, it fits in perfectly. So with this one, I feel like it smells like a melon-based fruit salad meets a tanning lotion, like a really fruity tanning lotion. Both of those get married and their baby would be Holidays by Mancera. So this one is definitely not one that I will reach for on, you know, a regular day. It's just not something that I typically would wear. So it's definitely something that I would wear on a certain occasion. For example, vacation. There's also that very distinct DNA of Mancera that has this kind of oiliness and denseness to the scent, and that is in here. That kind of balmy, thick humidity is infused in Holidays, and in that regard, the Mancera, you know, oily aspect actually really suits the scent. So this is Mancera Holidays. I just got it recently, but so far I can definitely see myself wearing this when I go to Cancun in a couple of months. All right, so the next one is another newbie in my collection, and this one is Armani's My Way. So if you have watched previous videos of mine, you do know that I really enjoyed Armani's My Way when I tried it out of the sampler box from Sephora. I actually really enjoyed it the very first time I ever got a Sephora sampler box, which was like sometime last year. I really enjoyed it, and I still ended up choosing ombre leather. So this time with the fragrance box, I fell in love with My Way all over again, and this time I was like, I'm going to pick her up. So I did, and here she is. Honestly, I went on Fragrantica right before this just to kind of look into the notes, and I was really shocked. I think I had like a 3.6 in the ratings, and I honestly was kind of thrown off because I really enjoy this, and I think that as one of the new releases from the past few years, it's one that is actually quite special and stands out. I'm sorry, there is a light on right now, and I left a window open without any of that mesh, you know, the screen. So there is a fly that came in, and now it is bothering me because the lights are on, so it's being attracted, and I'm going to lose my mind. So by the end of the video, if I start to kind of actually unravel, it's because of the fly. It's because of the fly. But here we have Armani's My Way. I do love the bottle as well. Okay, so the opening of this has orange blossom and bergamot, and to me, these two notes combine to create this gorgeous mandarin accord. Like, to me, it ends up smelling like a really fresh, juicy like mandarin squeezed into a cup to create like the highest quality orange juice, you know what I mean? So that is what the orange blossom and the bergamot do. I think it's the kind of zesty tang of the bergamot along with the sweet profile of the orange blossom that are coming together and creating this accord for me, although mandarin and orange is not listed anywhere. So I do think the citrus of the bergamot is kind of, you know, colliding with the orange blossom, but for me that's what I get. And then in comes these other white florals. There's, I believe, tuberose in here, there's jasmine in here. It all just merges in so well with the opening. And then of course you get the vanilla coming in, and it kind of softens all of the harsh edges, any rough edges. The vanilla kind of buffs it out, which is really nice. So I find this to be so perfect for a tropical vacation because it is so lively. You're gonna be hearing a lot of these words like juicy and lively and flavorful, because to me a vacation, like a tropical vacation, you're ready to dance a little bit. It's just a really like technicolor type of time in your life when you're on vacation, right? Everything is supposed to be bright and happy and beautiful, and the vacations I'm thinking of right now are more like summer vacations. So you're going somewhere really warm, maybe beachy, and this is the type of scent that I would actually wear, let's say if you're having dinner on a white sand beach. You know, the restaurant is on a white sand beach and there are the waves crashing and there's the sunset falling and you are with the love of your life. I think that this would be a great scent to wear for that kind of intimate romantic dinner in the middle of your vacation. So Armani's My Way, if you have tried it and you didn't love it, I encourage you to go ahead and give it another try. Perhaps it will surprise you. Scents do have a funny way of doing that. Sometimes you try them on a little bit later and, you know, voila, you're in love. So we have terracotta here. This is my baby. I love this fragrance and I do really wish they had not discontinued this one because it is one of the most perfect jasmine fragrances that I've ever come across. To me, it smells identical to the jasmine we call motia that in Pakistani weddings, at least, we kind of sew them together, kind of weave them together and create like different types of accessories, hair ornaments. Unlike the holiday fragrance that I shared with you, and even unlike Armani's My Way, this one is very, very lightweight. It's like it was actually made distinctly for a very, very hot, warm vacation when you don't want to be dousing yourself with anything too heavy because you don't want it to be cloying, but you still want to have this gorgeous, radiant smell around you. This is a very radiant, glowy scent, and I personally find it to be a gorgeous white floral as well. There is coconut in here, there's orange blossom and bergamot. There are several different notes in here that really come into play, but I feel like they all come together to just create this succulent jasmine scent that is just beautiful. There's a little bit of fleshiness to it. It's just perfect. So Terracotta by Guerlain is definitely a scent that you want to pack with you for vacation. Next up we have Thwo by Anima Vinci. This is a scent that I have had and I have been hoarding, waiting to use it on vacation because I really want this to be the scent that reminds me of vacation. So for Cancun, I have been saving this because my last vacation got canceled with everything going on, and this one I'm doing with my friend and I'm really hoping it goes through. We did get the place. We just have to get our air tickets, but we're still waiting to see, like, we're kind of testing out to see whether it's going to be worth going there or not because we don't want everything to be shut down. We really wanted to go because the season that we're going to be going is actually whale shark season over there. So we both wanted to go scuba diving with whale sharks. I thought that would be an amazing experience. And then we have a lot of other things like that, adventurous things that we want to do. So if a lot of it is going to be closed down because of, you know, COVID restrictions and everything, then we don't want to book the flight yet. So we have our place right now. We haven't booked the flight, but I'm hoping everything actually ends up working out this time so that I can actually wear the scent. I know it's a little bit silly for me to be saving this particularly for vacation and not using it at all. I know we only live once and we should use our fragrance, but this isn't me waiting for like the right time to wear a fragrance. There's a very specific situation that I want to wear this scent for, and I want it to forever jog my memory of that, you know, beautiful little trip. So anyways, this is Anima Vinci's Tudo Azul, which means everything is blue, which I guess means everything's all good. So I'll actually read you the notes for this one. There's lime in here, mandarin, orange, brown sugar, rum, sea notes, amberwood, vanilla, vetiver, and labdanum. I always say it really weird, but this smells like a poolside drink with, you know, salt on the rim. There's a little bit of salt in here, a little bit of tanginess, like a little sour tanginess at the same time with the sweetness from the brown sugar. This is a fiesta in a bottle, and it also wears quite light. I do wish that the longevity for this one was a little bit more prolonged. However, I do believe that if I was to wear this, because the only time I try this out is here, and a lot of the times it's a little bit colder over here. So I'm assuming that when I'm out there in Cancun, it's gonna get really, really, really warm, and I think that that will kind of prolong the scent a little bit. That warmness, that sticky kind of humidity, I do think is going to help extend the life of this scent on me. But I do wish that it lasted a little bit longer, but it's a very expensive but unique and fun smelling vacation scent for sure. Another thing that I like to say is that it also smells a little bit to me like the blue sour straw candies. If you've never tried that before, ugh, I hate them. I hate that fly. So if you've never tried a blue sour straw, I don't know what countries have it and what don't. I know that here in the US we have sour straw candies, which are basically these sweet gummy candies that are kind of coated in this sugar. So basically it's like this sweet sour gummy that is coated in sugar crystals, and I honestly feel like it smells like that, but a more grown-up version. Nothing like juvenile, but definitely fun. So if you want something fun and lively, something that is really going to make you want to dance a little bit, I think that Todo Azul is definitely worth checking out. My puppy's over there. He's just looking at me, like peering over at me, like, can I come join you, Mom? But he can't come in this little section, so he's like kind of pouting. I'll give him a big hug after recording. Dogs have a way of making you feel so guilty for not being with them 24/7. All right, so next up I actually have a fragrant body oil, and this one is Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. So this scent again has that balmy thickness, and definitely a big part of that is being played because it is a body oil, and you do get that oily, thick, balmy texture kind of getting infused with the actual scent of Soleil Blanc, and I actually think it does wonders for the scent. I think the coconut in here becomes even more creamy because of the oil. I think that everything becomes a little bit more rounded out because of the oil. It becomes very, very smooth and supple and honestly just delicious, but it's not overly sweet. That's something that I do like about it. So if you don't like super duper sweet scents, but you do want something for vacation that has coconut, and the thing with coconut, a lot of the times something with coconut at the center of it can end up leaning a little bit too sweet. I'm not sure what it is, but the sugars within the coconut really get kind of highlighted by certain notes, but that's not the case here at all. There's also some really interesting things going on, like cardamom and pink pepper in here that kind of adds a little bit of a kick to the scent. There's also tonka, benzoin, and amber, and they come together and they turn into this kind of molten inner warmth within this fragrance. It truly smells and feels like a ray of sunshine because of that warmth in it. There's actual warmth within this fragrance, which I find really elevates this fragrance and makes it stand out because it truly captures that warmth of the radiant sun, along with that kind of tropical, exotic, suntan, beachy type of a profile. So they took that, but they also added a true sense of warmth with the amber and the tonka, and then the benzoin all kind of coming together to create that. Okay, so next up is a huge love of mine in a tiny bottle, and that is Pacifica's Hawaiian Ruby Guava. It's not too expensive at all, definitely one of my more affordable fragrances in my collection, and I love it. It is so juicy and bright and fresh. I can tell you now it's not going to be for everyone. I can see people saying it smells like an air refreshener or something like that, but if it is an air refreshener, it is the best damn air refreshener in the entire world. It is a super ripe guava, and it can make your mouth pucker a little bit because there is a little bit of this kind of tanginess to it, which I really enjoy as well. It's definitely a small bottle with a clear, seemingly innocent little juice inside, but this baby does pack a punch. And what I also really like about her is that she's not too heavy to wear at all and still lasts a pretty good amount of time. So I think that this one is the perfect scent to kind of pop into your carry-on. I'm pretty sure that you can actually bring this on as a carry-on. Don't quote me because I don't remember what the exact ounces are. I don't want TSA to get you guys and then you all point fingers at me and they come to me and they take me away. But I do think for traveling, especially for vacation, this is the perfect scent to bring along with you to the island. Cannot say enough good things about this, so check this scent out. And if you haven't checked out Pacifica, check them out in general because they really offer some great fragrances for a very, very affordable price, relatively speaking. Another favorite of mine is the French Lilac. Ugh, exquisite. Okay, so the next options are two of them, but I kind of lumped them together and I'll explain in a second. So I have the Versace Yellow Diamond over here, and then I also have Oriental Cherry by Dossier. By the way, this is not sponsored or anything like that. They sent me this a long time ago. So this is truly my own opinion, but the reason I have both of these is because I'm basically suggesting any fragrance that you have that you like that is very linear but has some level of fruitiness, tartness, brightness to it. I think that actually that would be a great scent to pair with a summer dress, or you know, maybe a romper and you're pedaling on a bike right next to your best friend on a boardwalk, something like that. I think an easy and kind of simple scent can really be elevated during this time because it really matches the feel that you're going for, this kind of carefree, easy, breezy, beautiful type of vibe. And I can see both of these working out really well. This one is basically a sugary lemon head with a little bit less tartness involved. It's not so sour, but it's definitely more of a sugared or candied lemon. And then Oriental Cherry is a beautiful, fleshy, tart cherry scent. I personally think that this actually performs a lot better than Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, and it is one of the reasons that I don't currently own Lost Cherry, because this one honestly not only suffices but like really exceeds in my opinion, because I have owned Lost Cherry in the past, but I really like Oriental Cherry a lot. So if they still offer this, I do think it's worth checking out. Both of these are not too expensive. I know it's Versace, so it's like, oh, it's a designer scent, but you can actually find this one for pretty cheap, especially the smaller size. So these are two affordable options, and I definitely would consider wearing something linear and simple, almost like a one note or one central note type of a scent. Okay, so next up we have Nuxe Le Parfum. So this scent is a white floral medley. It is a gorgeous marriage of several different white florals. I do feel like they all kind of come together to become this kind of nondescript, generalized white floral. I wouldn't say that I could be like, okay, it's mainly jasmine with a little bit of tuberose. No, for me it's like just a general hodgepodge of white florals, but still done tastefully. This is a perfumey scent. Like, you are going to get that perfumey aspect out of it. So if you don't like that, if you like scents that are a little bit more natural smelling, I don't know how else to explain what I mean by perfumey, but it has this aspect to it. So if that's not what you're into, you're not going to like this. It does smell a little bit more on the mature side. This is another scent that could be used kind of more for a romantic vacation or something of that nature. But if you think of the Nuxe like oils that they have, the smell of the oil is also in here. Not the oily part of it, just the smell that comes with the oil. And I wouldn't say that this is the most rounded out fragrance. It does have a little bit of a sharpness to it, I feel. So that is also something to keep in mind. If you really want something rounded out, buffed along the sides, smooth, supple, creamy even, I wouldn't describe this as any of those. There is this kind of sharpness to it, but I do enjoy it a lot. And I do think that it carries this kind of very expensive feel to it. Like, I do think that I would wear this with a nice, you know, simple black dress for, you know, an evening dinner, on vacation, maybe on a cruise, wherever. But, you know, got my little pearl tops on, all of that. I would pair this scent. All right, so next up we have Acqua di Gioia by Armani. So we have another Armani fragrance that made it onto this list. Most of you are probably familiar with the scent or have come across it. It is a popular one. I just love it. It opens up with mint and lemon. It's a gorgeous bursting opening, very sweet and juicy and, you know, dense with that humidity. I'm telling you, this scent has humidity in there. I can feel that kind of density in there. What I really love is the brown sugar in the base. It just kind of melts into all of the other notes, and even the tangier notes get this kind of sweetened edge to it. It's just a really well done scent that could easily be thought of as tropical or exotic or, you know, vacation-esque. It's bright, it greets you, it makes you happy. It's a feel-good scent for sure. And although there aren't any aquatic notes mentioned, I do get this kind of feeling of some sort of a marine or ozonic note in here, because you do feel a little bit of this kind of, you know, humidity, and humidity is all about water in the air, right? So you kind of do feel that. You can feel that kind of dampness inside of this scent. It's almost like you're walking through a tropical rainforest. You know, it's humid, it's damp, it's a little bit muggy outside, but it smells amazing. So you know what? If you're going to a rainforest for a vacation, or, you know, going to those tree houses that they have nowadays for like hotels in the trees, think about bringing this one along with you. It might be the perfect accessory for you as you swing in the treetops. Okay, so the last fragrance that I have here is Dolce Garden by Dolce & Gabbana, and this scent gets a lot of hate, and I can definitely see why. It's kind of an acquired taste. There is this waxy magnolia in here that is impossible to, you know, ignore. It's going to be there throughout the entire length of the scent. So the entire time you're wearing this, you're going to get that kind of waxiness from the magnolia. I love it. It just gives this kind of luscious feeling to the scent that I really, really love and appreciate, and I find it to be very unique and different. There is frangipani in here, there's coconut in here. There are a lot of the more traditional, you know, tropical, exotic notes in here. There's also vanilla and almond and sandalwood. So this is a very creamy scent and truly one of a kind. I have not come across another fragrance that smells like this. So if you are trying to get that kind of greenhouse feeling, I don't know if you've ever been in a greenhouse before, but that, again, super humid, super heavy air all around you while you're walking around all of these beautiful growing green plants, just surrounded by plants of all types around you in the greenhouse. That effect is right in here. I'm calling it the greenhouse effect, but in a positive way and in relation to perfume. I have this really weird feeling that they might discontinue this one. Don't ask me why, I just have this sense. So if you have not tried it out, not trying to create a panic, don't go and blind buy this or anything, but try to sample it for sure, especially the next time you pop into a Sephora. Most likely they will have this out there, so try this little lady out and you might enjoy. All right, my loves, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable time with me here today as we sit and chat about perfume. Let me know what fragrances you love to wear on vacation. Hey guys, so this is a little bit of post video content that I'm going to be adding in. I was debating whether I was going to do this or not, but I have recently been kind of at the happiest point in my life, thankfully, alhamdulillah, and I have kind of given a gift to everybody who I really love in my life, just to kind of celebrate my happiness. And I finally was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself as well. So I'm going to share with you guys a little something I picked up for myself just because I've been accomplishing a lot of the goals that I have set out for me. A lot of these are like midpoint goals because there's still that kind of like final end goal that I'm, working towards, but I'm working towards it. That's how it goes, and I'm very proud of myself. And yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm happy and I want to share this. So let me show you guys what I got because I haven't actually opened it up yet. So I have two things here, and then I also ordered a fragrance, but that one hasn't come in and I do not have the capacity to wait any longer. Like, I really want to open this stuff up, so I'll just show you the other stuff later. So the first one I ordered from Saks Fifth, and it is a pair of sunglasses from Stella McCartney. I saw these and I really wanted them. However, I only saw them online, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna love them or not, but let's open it up. Comes in this little pouch with really nice leather. All of my other glasses are like more traditional sunglasses, like I have the aviators and just the oversized ones, but I don't have any like these that have really come into like fashion recently, and I've really been digging them, so I decided to pick up a pair. Here they are. So what I really loved about them was this detailing over here on the side. I loved the chunky chain detailing. I thought it was super cute. You guys are seeing how it looks on me before I know how it looks on me, so I'm gonna check them out in a little bit. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. But yeah, the quality for now I'm very happy with, but we shall see what it looks like in the mirror, but I'll do that a little bit later because I want to open up this next one. Yeah, so I checked in the mirror and I actually love them more than I thought I would. They're perfection. I'm super happy with them. So this next little gift that I got for myself, my little Louis Vuitton gift to myself. If you want to see how this looks on me, follow me on my Instagram, perfume.realm, and I will definitely be modeling this over there for you guys. Thanks for joining me. But yeah, have a good one, guys.